everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of the Baer Cave grumblings. It's been a few weeks since I have posted a podcast. It's just been very busy around the school with homecoming and getting the fall play started and all that. So I'm sorry there haven't been any updates in a while, but to keep you informed of what's been going on in my classes the last few weeks. In economics, we have been discussing American capitalism and some regulations of American capitalism. We've also talked about public goods such as schools and the military and how we use taxes to correct for such market failures. In civics, we've spent some time talking about the origins of American government. We're going to be talking about the Revolutionary War, the Declaration of Independence, and people like John Locke and how they influenced our government. And in honor civics, we have talked about a lot of those same things. However, now we're getting into some foundations of the Constitution and the Constitutional Convention and some of the compromises that came about as a result of the Constitutional Convention. In U.S. history, we are in the age of reform, a time period that brought us lots of changes and lots of social movements in our history, such as the fight for women's suffrage, the temperance movement, and the very important abolition movement, which will eventually lead us into the Civil War. One of the activities we did in U.S. history class was a discussion on slavery and the slave trade, and we talked about the difference between close-packed ships or tight-packed ships, and loose-packed ships. And these were different strategies for transporting slaves across the Atlantic during the slave trade. And in order to illustrate this, we had students sit on the floor in the same dimensions that were given on a slave ship. And, we would remind students that, while you might not feel that uncomfortable now, keep in mind that you would be in this position for 3 to 4 months during the slave trade. And, you would be chained in position, and there wouldn't be anything like bathrooms or anything of that nature in your space. You would basically be chained at the bottom of the ship for about 3 months. So that simulation seemed to go very well for U.S. history. We've also talked about the Mexican-American War, and we'll start talking about the life of Lincoln in the near future. So, been a busy couple weeks. Thanks for checking in with the Baer Cave. One reminder for all my students and my parents, if you forget to do your homework or do an assignment, it is never too late. Okay, you can still turn this in and I will give you partial credit. I would much rather see that kids get their work accomplished and they do what we want you to learn, even if it is a couple days late. So there will always be credit given. It won't be full credit, but there will always be credit given for those assignments. So thanks for checking in with the Baer Cave, and we'll see you next time.